And graphene oxide is a superconductor of electricity. And so you think that the brain is processing information, perception, electrically. It's communicating with the rest of the body electrically and vice versa. And therefore, if you can get graphene oxide into the brain, then you're going to rewire the way that the brain processes information. And the other impact, there are many, but this is another impact of graphene oxide, is that it amplifies the impact of electromagnetic fields inside the body. So if you come into contact with an electromagnetic field, say the cloud, then its impact will be greatly magnified by the graphene oxide. And the idea is that perceptions and thought patterns and emotional reactions are fed through this cloud, this technologically generated electromagnetic field, to the receiver, the self-replicating nanotechnology in the body, and it basically becomes the human mind. So when Ray Kurzweil at Google said years ago now that by 2030, the AI will be connected to the human brain, and from that moment, that connection, AI will do more and more of human thinking until human thinking is negligible, i.e. deleted eventually. That is how they're doing it. And, you know, Elon Musk's role often is not being at the cutting edge of technology, it's selling a concept. And what he's doing with Neuralink, which is light years back, I mean, that take a bit of your skull away to put bloody wires in your brain. He's selling a concept, even though he's way off the pace. And interestingly, he was interviewed and he was asked an obvious question. Well, you say, you know, all these people are going to, you know, have Neuralink connected to their brains, but who's going to want a piece of their skull taken away to do this, you know? And he said, oh, you might not have to do it that way. He said, you might be able to go in through the veins. And that's exactly what they're already doing. Elon Musk, in the pre-Twitter X era, was being called out by some members of the alternative media, including myself, my goodness, for running these companies that were ticking all the boxes of the cult agenda. And the moment he bought Twitter X and let a few people back, although shadow banning like crazy those who were saying what the system doesn't want people to hear, it all stopped. And he became a god. And now he's being brought into Trump administration, potentially. There was a researcher called Eva Vlandingerbroek, a Dutch researcher, who in 2022 did a speech, quite right, saying that Elon Musk is not your friend. He's pushing us towards transhumanism, and within a few months or a year at most, she's drooling all over him and no longer calling him out. And all he's done is well, not just him, a lot of people like out of Qatar and Saudi Arabia, who of course love free speech, bought Twitter X, and he was the front man. And of course, his CEO at Twitter X is Linda Yaccarino, who's a stalwart of the World Economic Forum of Klaus Schwab. I mean, have a look around, you know, and what's happening around Trump as we speak is that he's surrounded by these AI people.
Unfortunately, YouTube won't allow us to show you the entire David Icke interview, but you can watch the full, uncensored, and absolutely breathtaking conversation over at our website, theinspiredchannel.com, or simply click on the link in the video description.